Shalom, the elect of Israel to the Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the foreign Israelites that are scattered across the four corners of the earth that look like the other nations. First and foremost, the Yahawah, Barak the Yahawashi, Barak the Yahawah, Barak the Yahawashi, Barak the Yahawashi. Gotta give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone. Led me to this truth. The Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and hosts who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we be part of that number. And with the Lord is striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah / 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. Lord willing is edifying to the flock. I want to thank man of the day to be able to, exist and to exalt his name. Doing with the debt saga or the debt ceiling saga, kind of break down of what that really is. To answer for that, a world at turning point. Another article that that's talking about World War III. That's very close. There's a banana fungus in Venezuela, and then there's some many other various end time topics that the Lord put the spirit on me to deal with today. So Lord willing to be able to find to the flock. We'll get started right one moment. Okay. All right. Okay. So right here it says the debt ceiling saga explained, another 90 seconds. RBC, you're gonna listen to this woman kind of explain what the issue. We're gonna look at a couple more clips, and then we're gonna put in some precepts. Here you are.
First of all, this debt ceiling crisis is actually a political crisis. It just happens to just a piece of legislation to save the country from economic catastrophe. So what's exactly happening here? Well, the U.S. government spends more money than it brings in, so it needs to borrow money to pay its bills. It can only borrow a certain amount of money. It needs to borrow more, well, Congress has to approve that. Now, it used to be a routine thing, but not anymore. Republicans see it as an opportunity to extract demands.
Shalom. I'm not sure why this is messing up. Give me one moment.
Bills. It can only borrow a certain money, and if it needs to borrow more, well, Congress has to approve that. Now, it used to to be a routine thing, but not. Republicans see it as an opportunity to extract demands, like cuts to affordable housing or other social security spending. U.S. President Joe Biden says, no way, you need to pass this legislation with no strings attached. But the ticket, the U.S. government could run out of cash as early as June 1st. So what are the possible consequences? For starters, government agencies won't get paid, and those getting Social Security benefits won't get their money either. Financial markets would, and thousands of jobs could be lost in the immediate aftermath. But the most dire.
It's lucky my internet's not working too well right now.
Clear consequence would be investors losing confidence. Losing confidence in the country's ability to pay the interest on its debt, which comes of treasury bonds, which are seen as one of the safest places to put your money. And that would quickly shatter the wits in America.
But you see how she said that really the issue is political than anything, you see? And this is how we know that they're doing this. Scripture shows the Lord's making them do this so they can issue in their system, their beast system. So that's how we know that this is just oh well, they can't pay it. Their purpose. That's why I said no, you got to do it this way. What Biden was saying, but we know that basically they could just fix the issue. They got trillions of dollars. They don't want to do. They want to issue in Nicaragua. They want to issue in that system and enslave everybody digitally. So now we're going to go over here. It says the dollar is at real risk, and that's what I'm saying. If they run out of money in June, which is next month, it's going to be a money. Okay, all them government official, official paid not get paid no more. So that's talking about things all the way to getting your trash taken out and to a lot of other things, that are paid by the government, city stuff. All that's not gonna work no more. Pick up trash no more. It's gonna be messed up. You see what I'm saying? But they're doing that on say, oh well crap, now you gotta do this digital system or you just gonna be an outcast. I had another article yesterday I found. The Lord put it on me to put on the community board, and it was talking about how they don't even consider homeless people anymore. Okay, and they're getting to this the love of many wax cold said, as the days go by. So the dollar is at real risk as political deadlock over the undermines investor confidence. This is Goldman Sachs. Bahasham says, read a little bit of this. The dollar status is the world reserve currency. As the world's reserve currency is at a real risk, political deadlock over the U.S. debt limit threatens to undermine global confidence in American assets, according to Bahasham, co-head of Goldman Sachs global financing group. See, these Edomites, they usually don't go around and say things that bad are happening, which is, their own tongue fall upon themselves. And they're doing this frequently. They're doing this more and more because they have fears because, everything that people are saying is coming to pass, and a lot of these Idumeans on the bottom, you six-pack Edomite Joes, they don't know what's going on. But these the rich are starting to see the military is doing weird shit, and they can't do nothing about it. Why? Because the Lord's in control of their kings. They're confused. And that's why when they're watching GMS, they like, hey, these people is not. They're telling us what's happening, and that's why they're like, man, we got to get them off the streets. But after they realize, Salakia, give me 1 second. Gotta tell them that. Gotta tell her to call back. It's my mom trying to call me. But like I said, I'm separated from all my family, but she's starting to wake up a little bit. But I'm ready to myself, and so I don't even call her or nothing. That's been a while since I talked to her. So, but this comes first. It's work. So, anyways, it talks about what was I at? Okay, so yeah, this is a conundrum for all the international investors. They don't understand why these apparitions were not willing to pay the bills that we already agreed we will pay. See, and they're doing it for a reason. Just a second. Just want to read a little bit more before we get into it. This is U.S. prices pick up and pressures persist. So there's a lot of places where there's a shortage of food, and those foods are actually even higher in raises. And this is all part of their system. They want it to crash, but they're using their sorcery, which is like, oh, there's nothing we can do about it. They can fix it, but the Lord doesn't want them to fix it. He wants them to crash and destroy them. But ultimately, they're doing it because they want a reason for total chaos and to get rid of Jake. At the end of the day, everything they do is to try to get rid of Jake. They're to get rid of Israel. And what people don't understand is the Lord basically saved us by having us mate with the heathen women, because when we did mate with the heathen women, they couldn't determine who all was Israel. So now we have to go by the Spirit, and they can't go by the Spirit. So that's why they have their little system, and they'll be like, how many people in your house? How many of this and that? And try to count off that way, but you can't number the children of Israel. And that's why, they were also, a part of the process of is being able to survive through this, set up by the Lord, to have lesser wives at that time, reduce Israel and to keep them hidden from the wicked council, the ones that, don't really look like Israel. And that's why we have it like that. That's why we know like all nations look like Israel. So anyways, United States have accelerated in April after months of declines, with measures underlying inflation suggesting rising costs should persist for months to come. So they're letting us know that it's not about to get better, it's worse, and that's what they're letting us know. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. Global move to end on U.S. dollar underway, with nations buying gold in a very big way. So I did a couple videos that they're buying a lot of gold over there, and that's why when they come over here, they're not going to want no gold and silver. They want to take over these people, So, and holding their exchange reserves in the U.S. dollar, they're holding it increasingly in gold. So therefore, the price of gold is, sharply over the last few months. So, they're trying, and they know that this dollar is going to crash, and they silver for the time being that could be used to trade, because they know that precious metals resources is really what trade is really what money is. This fiat currency is going to go to shit. Okay, that's why they keep trying to flip it and do all their little, oh, we're gonna loan it, but really they're not doing nothing. It's just a fiat Ponzi scheme. Okay, Actually, is to keep people thinking that the dollar means something, but it really don't. It don't mean nothing. Okay, it mean everything. You know, that's how we know we got a bag full of holes with it because of resources. We have to go get them from the so-called white man. You know, we can't keep resources. So now, I want to go ahead and put in a couple precepts dealing with those four. We're going to start right here with Revelation 17:17, just to show that this is the Lord's movie. Okay, He wants it. It's the Lord's movie. He wants it to play out. So deal with pull it up. And the movie is playing out every day. It's getting a little bit closer and closer to the end. You know, and we know that America in the scriptures, when according to Daniel's prophecy, which is America, Babylon the Great. That's that little horn that spoke great blasphemy against, and it's the revived Roman Empire, and the Lord's got them doing this so it can ultimately be. Like I said, He's got them doing it to get them destroyed forever. So this is Revelation for Yahawah, which is power. I put it in their hearts, which is their minds. When you look it up, it means loathe. So they put it in their hearts to fulfill this will. And it really is slave or lav. Yes, lav, which means heart, which means your mind, to fulfill this will and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast. The tower shall be fulfilled. And what's that? Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off. The other one's going to be in the fire and be delivered, and everybody else is going to be destroyed. And Esau, Edom is going into slavery, along with the other 16 nations, 1,000 years. And then Esau, Edom will be done away with. His spirit will be done away with. And then the Idumeans, they won't be no more, which is the Edomites, so-called white men. Then you have the other 16 nations who will be tributaries to us forever. One thing a lot of people don't know is that those people who had that spirit of Satan on them that get thrown out the second time, it says in Wisdom Solomon chapter 12 verse 1, all the Lord's spirits are incorruptible. Okay, He's going to take that spirit of Esau, Edom to destroy it, but those Edomites are going to still come back in the kingdom with the children of the 16 other nations, and that's going to fulfill the prophecy of them being put at the bottom of the earth. They can't be the earth that completely destroyed forever. They got to be put somewhere. You see, but that spirit in them is gone. Okay, and basically they'll be the lowest of the lowest in the kingdom forever. Okay, and the people will know who they was. Like, oh, you look at them in the spirit, and be like, oh, that used to be an Edomite, and it'd be one of the 16 other nations. Okay, so just keep that in mind, because you got these other people out here that's hell forever and all this other stuff, and that's not that's how you can really know if somebody's not in the spirit. If they don't agree, that's how you can know. A big way is if you with the doctrine and carry out all the will and continue to carry it out. So Proverbs chapter 16 verse 5, and it reads, everybody in heart, you got the Marines, if you the proud of the Marines, is an abomination to the Lord. Though hand, he shall not be unpunished. That's what people don't get here. They want to say, oh, the Lord ain't coming back. The Lord's not doing this, it's like, that don't make no sense. Like, He punished us. Look what He did to us. You don't think He ain't gonna punish people? They're gonna be punished for what they did. And that's why you got the top Esau, so-called white man, they're terrified, should be. They should be terrified, So Isaiah chapter 7, verse And it reads, and it shall come to pass in that day that every place shall be where 1,000 vines and 1,000 silverlings, it shall even be for briars and thorns. And that's what's coming. They're doing it on purpose. That's what they're supposed to do. That's their job, is to do wickedness. And, and it's our job to seek it out until, we're supposed to occupy ourselves in this truth. So Jude chapter 1, verse 5, and it reads, I would therefore put you in remembrance. Remembrance of what? These are our enemies. Though ye once knew this, because we do. This is the same song we were sang to last time we were delivered out of Egypt and Exodus. Basically we reliving in the book of Exodus again right now. And he's gonna come get us. Except this time it's gonna be a mass scale. It's gonna be a ultimate deliverance. So it says how the Lord saying, save the people out of the land of Egypt, which is here, because we know this is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. Afterward, destroyed them that believe not. And that's what happened last time. The ones that got destroyed didn't believe, and that's been this time. The ones that don't believe in this doctrine, they're going to be destroyed, So we got to make sure that we're on the right side. It's going to be where we can't run. It ain't going to be nowhere we can go. This is going to be a global system that says you have to get this charagma, okay? And for a minute, it's going to be just straight digital money for a minute, and then they're going to make it mandatory. They're already going to know where you be at, where you be buying stuff, where you usually go. They're already going to have tabs on most of that stuff. We know where we can run. That's why the Lord's going to have to send a standard against them whenever they come in like a flood. And we hoping when they do come to flood, the Lord lifts up that standard to where we get those spiritual powers and we can gain back, parts of that area that we're living in and be able to fight them off, or being invisible. Lord can make us mess visible where they can't even see us or detect us. You see? Because he said when the seventh trouble comes, he'll sleep. So that's why we hope to be part of the elect. But we're here to do the work of the elect. So if something happens and we do get put to death, or some of us gonna get put in concentration, and Lord put the spiritual power on us there. And then we get breakout. It's gonna be a crazy time. It's gonna be all types of miracles and things, and all the heathens are gonna be dismayed. They're gonna be like, how's this happen? We've been telling you. 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 12. Don't be acting weird now. Wherefore I will not be negligent to put you always in remembrance. This is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 12, of these things, though ye know them and be established in the present truth. The present truth that came back in the 60s, starting with Abba Bibbins and other three spiritual fathers. Elder Yaakov, Yaakov Slakia. Then you got King Mashal, which is we believe to be King David. And people think this stuff is far fetched. Like, what are you talking about? This is simple to the righteous. And then you got Priest Ariah. Those are starting four founders. And then the story goes on, but I don't want to get too deep into it. Romans chapter 12, verse 19. So it's Romans 10, and it reads, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves in remembrance of. He's going to take care of it. We just need to stay occupied in prophecy, and we need to do all we can to stay on spot world, but get what we can to survive in it. We gotta go through stuff, and still serve out the rest of our punishment, which is being under these heathens. So, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather have. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. So if he says, fear not thou Jacob, I'm going to help thee, we have to wait on his help. We can't just go handle out all the matters on our own. We got to wait for him. And this is how we wait. We wait for him through our faith and doing this work, and praying to Yahawashi enough to be able to receive some spiritual power at that time, to be able to, carry out, because he said that some of you He said, a lot of you, I'm going to deliver for my name's sake, not even for us. He's doing it to exalt his name. We're hoping that we're part of that number, those people who are able to partake and swinging a real literal right now while we're swinging this sword. If you ain't been practicing swinging your literal sword, because we're supposed to speak this into existence and then it happens. If you're not speaking it into an existence and you're not coming out and doing it, then, you know, what are you doing? You know? And not to do this. This is like a, you know, I heard another argument. He said, once you pick up your sword, like that's your crown. And if you just put your crown down, Lord's like, all right, I'm gonna go get into somebody else. Because you're not taking this serious. You cannot just say you love the Lord and then you know not be picking up your crown and your sword. You got to. Say no choice. And that's what it means by gird up thy loins. It means spiritually learn this stuff and get it down and then execute it. So this is 1 John chapter 2 verse 18, and it reads, little children, it is the last time, as ye have heard that anti-Mashiach, which is antichrist. Mashiach means Christ in Paleo Hebrew, which means anointed one, shall come. Even now there are many anti-Mashiachs, whereby we know that it is the last time. And we know there's many anti-Mashiachs because they have all types of wickedness. You know, in the 80s, you know, Jake had a kind of respect towards Jake, you know, but now they could leave you out here dry and won't even respond to you. Okay. They'll screw you over and act like they on you, just straight up disappear and really act like they some men out here, man. That's why you can't trust Jake out here. You can't trust 2/3 because in the end, they're ultimately gonna be doing exactly what Esau Edom does, is betray you. And this is just part of the ministry, you know. Sometimes the Lord puts those as tests, and if people betray you, don't worry about it, you know, and know that person is in some shit. They in trouble now, you know, with the Lord because they misusing the prophets. We don't care because you misuse us. That's going to be able to even get more, you know, that's going to get more recommendation for the Lord to recommend and say, hey, this person, they've been suffering. Okay, but I'm gonna help him. So I'd rather be the person on this side when somebody does wrong than I do wrong to them, because then I'm, you know. So Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16, verse 12, and it reads, for it was neither herb or mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but by thy word, O Lord Yahawashi, which healeth all things. And see, we're being spiritually healed right now. 2/3 of our people, they look at it like we just reading the Bible on the internet or something, like we just doing this for fun or something, you know? And it's because the Lord blinded them, because he don't want them to get it, because he doesn't want them to ultimately be saved. He did all this so that they can die. By Yahawashi last time, he said his blood be on our children's children. I will bet. I'm gonna bring you over here on slave ships. You're gonna be falling away first, and when you're so sick of this place and everybody else is woken up, you're gonna get left. You're gonna wish you listened. But I'm not gonna let you listen. And that's their punishment. Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that liveth shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. And this is the Lord getting back these heathens for all they did to us. That's why we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait and we're not gonna worry about it. We're gonna wait, we're not gonna worry about it. So now we're gonna go down here and we're gonna go into some things, some topics discerning the upcoming wars that are coming. You know, got a couple videos on this. We're gonna pull in some precepts and you know, keep moving. Refresh this. Infomercial. Come on. Bear with me. Oh man, I might have to just read. Just really going slow right now. Just probably just read. It's just being real unreasonable for. It says a Russian missile has been found in the forest in Poland, according to local media outlets. The munition was reportedly discovered in Zamosk, which is hundreds of miles from the country's borders with Ukraine, Russian enclave in Kaliningrad. So yeah, that video not working. The Polish broadcaster RMF-FM reported on Wednesday that the Polish Air Forces Institute technology and that of the object was Russian CH-55 missile, which has a range distance of 1,800 miles and can travel at low altitude at the speed of 660 miles per hour, making it difficult to detect by radar. So they went and found that out there. I guess it's saying it was right. I'm not sure exactly where it's pinpointed. Might be right there. Yep. Yep. That's where it shows where it was found around. So, that's you know, that's gonna bring more tension, as this thing escalates. Finding stuff like this out in somebody else's land is always, it brings. So, anyways, it's just Black Zelensky. I think that's what you say his name. Yeah, Zelensky. You know, and they're trying to go look into it, and because they thinking that they're trying to shoot at Poland. Okay, basically what they're going to try to bring it up. They're going to try to make it to where it becomes a declaration, a world war towards Russia. But most of the world is going to side with Russia. It'd be a war towards America. But right now, this is what Russia's saying. And they said world at turning point was Russia. So this is what they're saying. So hopefully the video plays. If not, just move on. It says Russian President Vladimir Putin said Tuesday. Hold on. Sound like it might want to give it a second. Yeah, it's actually gonna play this one. My internet's not that good.
3 days from Moscow's rest, Putin said that the world was Day from Moscow, President Putin said that the world was at a turning point and claimed a war had in fact been unleashed against Russia.
Jeez, it's just ridiculous right now.
Day from Moscow's Red Square was at a turning point and claimed the
Okay, we're not gonna deal with that.
had in fact
All right, we're not gonna deal with that. Russian Vladimir Putin said Tuesday at Moscow's Red Square Victory Day parade that the world was at a turning point and he claimed a war. He vowed victory and Russia's future rests on the soldiers fighting in Ukraine. That's how big a deal that is. It's going to determine all the other wars. We know that Russia is going to trample America, Babylon the Great, because all the other nations are going to pick. Okay, according to Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 4 through 8. So the traditional Soviet style event, see, I said I'll turn hook Soviet style event, the Soviet style union event, celebrate Moscow's victory over the Nazis and the security and took place amid security fears 15 months in the Russia's Ukraine offensive. So, I don't go too far in it, but it's just showing that, everybody's all the tension is rising. While they're doing that, they're not just talking about it. They're destroying stuff. Okay. This is Ukraine war. Russia launches biggest drone attack. Okay, they're blowing stuff up. Not just saying, "Oh, we're under at war," and not shooting them. Very frequently they finding missiles in Poland. They shooting them over there in Ukraine. They shooting all over the place. Okay. Man, what's wrong with these videos today? That. Over there destroying that place. There was, what I'm saying? It ain't just no empty buildings. People are getting. Said explosions were heard overnight in the capital Kyiv, where the major said 5 people have been injured in the drone attack so far. 1 person was killed in the attack in the southern Odessa region. Cross says its warehouse was hit, so they had a whole bunch of supplies and everything in there for people. And that was just a civilian target, like it always been. It marched the 4th attack in 8 days, and just 4 hours before Russia celebrates its victory day. So they just shooting, all the stuff over there. It said nearly 60 drones by Russia. Okay. Stopping most of them. But, whenever it gets to that point to where, Russia is able to take the detection system, then, it's over with. It's going to be bad. You see? And the only reason why Ukraine even has enough to defend it is because, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is, basically, letting America, Babylon the Great protect them for a time being until that is fulfilled. And then they're going to lose. So Israeli strikes on Gaza killed top militants. And so while that's going on over there, Israel shooting missiles over here. See, and that's not the real Israel. That's the ones Amalek, the first sentence of Esau, who are in the land of Israel right now, who say they're the Israel, not they're Edomites. They're shooting missiles too. They say they're the people of the Lord. It says our weapons are not carnal. Well, they sure is shooting a whole bunch of missiles and calling themselves Israel. That don't match up. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. So and basically we know that it had military back then, but that was back then. Now we don't have any military. You know, the true people of Israel, the lost sheep of Israel. We don't have no dwelling place. So how's we shoot missiles? That's not us, that's them. So we got that. And then 1 second, I want to make sure I'm on track. So this will be okay. So this is the last video thing I'm gonna pull up, you know, just to show that there's a lot of chaos in the earth, and we said just a couple on these articles. So this is Cameron Road accident kills 14. Okay, so 14 people got killed. 14 people got killed, and over here, you know, so it's a lot going on right now. A lot of death. So this is Revelations chapter 14. I don't know why I did that, but okay. So it says the second war was passed, and behold, the third, which is this World War III, this war against literally half of the other nations, half of the other world versus this half of the, which is the West. And it's going to be Yahawashi, which is the spirit. You know, he's all about the spirit, and he's going to come and take over the flesh. He's able to receive that dominion for, you know, his sacrifice for us, you know, for our sins. So second Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. And it reads, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? And that's what was talking about when he got those prophecies, when he was in the Persian captivity in 538 BC. How he gonna say who's gonna deliver me in those days if he didn't come back? That's how we know that the prophets are back. Prophets are back doing exactly what they did this time, which we know is great millstone. Everybody else think they're somebody else, but that's fine. You know, you're gonna realize that you should have been listening to him. And this is what's coming up, you know, and we read it all the time, pulled up again, you know, just kind of keep yourself refreshed that this must happen, you know, in Jacob's trouble before this war breaks out. That's why I said that all these things, you'll be hearing wars and rumors of war, but the end is not. This has to happen first. Everything has to go digital, and then they has to do this. Revelations chapter 13, verse 16. And they all small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the M-A-R-K. Look up that word, M-A-R-K. It means charagma, you know, which is an imprint or the name of the beast. Okay, which is basically United Nations, the NATO, and the EU, or the number of his name, and that number, you know. And I sometimes, but I want to show it. Okay, this is what they want to put in your skin, and they've already been doing it to people. Okay, so for us who occupy ourselves in the prophecies every day, we tell this to other people and be like, "Oh, this is simple stuff," and a lot of like, "What is that?" You know, but and it's just crazy. Some people still don't get it. Some people, but yeah, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to tag you, because we talked about that Esau, the lowest of all the cattle in the field. Okay, because we're all considered cattle. That's what they want to do. They want to brand you with this mark right here. See, it's got the three little lines, 6 little lines sticking out of the barcode. They want to put that in your arm, forehead, and there's some people that's already got it, and that's what it's talking about. It's talking about that number, his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding number, count the number of the beasts. You don't have wisdom to be able to see that, but the Lord has got 2/3 of our people blinded because they doesn't want them to get it. This is how you even know even more that the Lord is moving all the chess pieces. What is the number of a man? And his number is 603 score and 6. And that man is Esau Edom. They are the sons of the wicked. You got the sons of the wicked, and you got the sons of man, 14 other nations, and then you have Israel, the sons of Yasharallah, the sons of the living power, which is us, and we hope to be part of that number who get out of here. You can't be a carnal person and understand prophecy and carry it out. It just doesn't mix. It's impossible. The Lord will not allow it. Eventually, you're going to get sought out if you're trying to do it. You see what I'm saying? You're going to get sought out, and you're going to get found out. And the Lord is going to punish you even more. So George Santos pleads not guilty to federal 13 charges and money laundering. And see, these are these prominent people that everybody acted like they were just such great people and they were helping along the grade. And now look at them. See, it was nowhere because they was doing wickedness the whole time. All these celebrities, people who claim to be innocent people. Okay, these are not innocent. But pretty sure it's not gonna play because all my videos just been not playing today. So says he pleaded not guilty. Not gonna play it. It's not gonna work. Including allegations fraud related to the employment benefits, misusing campaign funds, and lying about his personal finances on the house. All them rich people be doing. They don't be helping pay nothing here, you know. None of it. So he's being released on a $500,000 bond, according to the attorney's office in New York. So now all these prominent people, Trump, all these prominent people are on trial. Okay, that have been in rulership over here, and they've been ruling wickedness. But now it's the Lord making them turn on each other and point the finger, because part of them went on, you know. So we're gonna deal with some presetting with it. So this is Proverbs 6. Good off of our backs. Everything that they do was wickedness. Chapter verse 12. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a he winketh his eyes and speaketh with his feet. And I want to put this in also the NLT just to show you kind of what this dark saying is saying to ultimate sense. It says, frowardness in the heart, he deceiveth many, he soweth discord, and that's what they do. They sow discord. They separate families. They bring discord to the brotherhood. They try to seek what Slovakia. And they try to make us come against each other. You know, they did that a lot through the rap music, stuff like that. Oh man, why is my internet so horrible today? Bear with me, it's loading up. So this is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 12, NLT. And it reads, if I can get it to pull up. And it reads, what are worthless and like? They are constant liars, signaling their deceit with a wink of the eye, touch of the foot, or wiggle of the fingers. Their perverted hearts, which their minds plot evil, and they constantly trouble. And see, that's what they do. They constantly stir up trouble. They're constantly causing problems. That's what they do. This is James 1:13. You know, and finally the Lord's he's starting to make them pay for it. Starting to put them, they're not being that, you know, it says they're not in trouble. But now they're starting to get in trouble. They're starting to get penalized for what they do. And they're going to keep doing wickedness. It don't matter what happens. They're wicked. That's what they do. So this is James chapter 1, verse 13. Because here, you can, if you got enough money, you can. So James 1:13, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of power. For power cannot be tempted, neither tempted he any man. So whenever we do simple things, the Lord didn't tempt us. That's ourselves. That's what we're on the daily. And, you know, be occupied in prophecy. So we won't be like those people and be getting tempted to doing sinful things, going back into the world. And so that's why it's like, if you claim to be a man of the Lord, you're not doing it to the best of your abilities and trying to edify the flock, then more than likely, you know, you're going to end up going back into the world, because you're basically an Israelite. You're not really taking it serious. You know, you're not trying to learn this and push it in urgency. So I'm going to die, because that's basically how serious this is. Micah chapter 2, verse 1, it reads, woe to them that work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. They got all the resources, they got all the money, all of the privilege to be wicked. Okay, but their time is almost up. Psalms 34, verse 21, and it reads, evil shall slay the wicked, and they back one verse. Go back a couple. So many are, this is Psalms 34, verse 19, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord Yahawashi delivereth him out of them all. And we will be delivered, Lord willing. And we have been delivered out of all the troubles we went through. We're still here. Verse 20, and it reads, he keepeth all his bones, not one of them is broken. And it reads, evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. That's what it talks about. It talks about the things that are on the earth. All these things are you know, things that are good. There's a scripture that talks about there's things that are good that the Lord uses, you know, to punish them with, you know. And the wicked is here to destroy the wicked. He uses the wicked to destroy the wicked 2/3. We don't want to be part of that number. We want to get out of the way so the Lord can do his job. You know, we want to be on the side of mercy. 1 John chapter 5 verse 19, and it reads, "And that we are of power, which is Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and the whole world lieth in wickedness." This is wicked. We don't want nothing to do with it. You know, we want to get out of here. We got to still do physical means to survive, be in the world, but not of the world. We don't want to stay here. You know, we ultimately chanting this place to the ground every day. This is our chant. This song of Moses, the same one that I was saying last time. 2 Ezra chapter 8 verse 55, and it reads, "No questions concerning the multitude of them that perish." So that's why we don't worry about them. We go to the lost sheep of Israel, and we worried about them. 6, and it reads, "So when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of His law, and forsook His ways." Okay, we're not going to do that. You know, the Lord gave us a different spirit, and be thankful Bahasham Yahawashi didn't put you in the spirit of slumber. Because He could have, He didn't. So that's a very big blessing. People don't understand. Numbers 24 reads, "When he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations," which is, Esau, Edom, so-called. They're the first of the nations to have all the bread, and have all the everything. But his end and latter just means basically the future. Latter end shall be that he perish forever. And that's what's going to happen. Until then, we are to do this. Break down the arm of man through the spirit, seek out his wickedness till thou find none. And that's what we do. We seek it out and we find it and we put it on display, show it, and put in the precepts and move on to the next one. That's the work of the Lord. That's the heritage of the saints. So right here, I'm just about done. This is talking about an AI chat bot rival to Chat GPT, open 80 countries. So now Google's got their little AI robots, chat things or whatever, thinking like humans, acting like humans. That's out here. Okay. So we're going to put in a little bit of presets with that. First Corinthians chapter 8 verse 1 Corinthians chapter 8 verse 1, and it reads, "Now as touching things idols, we know that we all have knowledge. We know that we all have knowledge, not puffeth up, but charity edifieth." And this is edifying. And this is charity. We're putting our lives on the line doing lessons. People don't understand. Basically this is a life or death prophecies. Some of us are gonna get put to death for this, and die for this truth. This is basically when the time comes, they're gonna look at this as this was treason. But what do? We ain't do nothing but show you what the scriptures mean. But we the problem, we the bad guys. How was that? We just here to deal with our nation and help our people. Y'all ain't helped us out this whole time. Now you mad because we tending to our own people? That don't make no sense, man. But it's the Lord. That's why you do not want to disobey the Lord. You get put in an unfair situation, and all we can do is trust him. Daniel chapter 12, verse 4, and it reads, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time." So this book is still going to be sealed from certain people. They're not going to be able to still get it. But he's opened up those seals for us. So we're very thankful. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased on both sides. They're learning how to do their AI robot stuff better. We're learning how to serve the Lord better. Their wisdom is going to have a cap, though. Because it says that we can never do enough for the Lord. That's why it's a scary thing, because we don't know if we've ever done enough. We don't know. Because we want to make sure. It says, make your call and election sure and exhort another one daily. Make sure you're in these prophecies. So the burden which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. When you look up that word Amos, it means sorrows. Okay, that's what I will go look it up. But I got some other precepts I'm gonna deal with, and I don't want to stay too long. So the word Amos means sorrows. Isaiah chapter 13 verse 2, and it reads, "Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of the multitude in the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the king gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle." See, he's hosting this thing. Everything that's going, he's in front of it. He's leading it. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and was in it. And that's what's coming after all of this. You know, after they make all their little robots, all their little knowledge and all their knowledge and everything, and then they try to issue in that corruptment. That's what's coming next. Isaiah chapter 21, verse 9. And it reads, "And behold, there cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods, which these false gods have been broken to the ground." And that's what's coming after they finish setting up their whole little satanic system. It's going to be destroyed. So this is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 8. And it reads, "Therefore now hear this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly," and that's what our people do, 2/3, "that says in heart, mind," and this is all, but this is talking about America, Babylon the Great, the Edomites. This is mainly what they do, but our people, as the pastors, they think like them, like this place is going to last forever. It reads, "I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow. I know the loss of children." And that's what America, Babylon the Great think like. They think that they're not going to get destroyed. Okay, this is verse 9. "But these two things shall come, these shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments." And that's what these news articles and stuff is. They're enchantments to make you think it's gonna last forever, and they have the narrative and they know what's going on. They don't know nothing. Okay, nothing. It's all witchcraft. Okay, and we're pulling on those strongholds and showing you what's really happening through these articles. Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 1, and it reads, "The word of the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans, Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations and publish." She was supposed to make this publicly. "Set up a standard and conceal not. Say, Babylon is taken. Bel is confounded. Uh, Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces." And we're doing that through the spirit first. And then it's going to happen. You know, this is, so Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 3. "For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her staff, the terrible of the other nations, which shall make her land desolate, and continental missile shall dwell therein, and they shall depart, both man and beast." That's what's coming up. That's what's coming up. So now we're gonna go right here, and this is dealing with a woman survives 5 days wild on wine. Okay, so I want to deal with this in another little video, and then we're gonna put in some presets. Man, why it's not playing. It's okay. An Australian woman was rescued after being spotted by the police helicopter after 5 days in the wilderness, according to CNN. So it was this woman out there for 5 days, and she literally survived off wine. Okay, and they delivered her. Okay, they went and saved her or whatever. And this is kind of just, it's just kind of a way of saying like we don't got nothing to worry about in that day. We his servants. It's not even the time of the drought, and this one got 5 days on wine out there in the wild. Some women that probably don't even know Yahawashi should be, a good encouragement to us, the ones who are putting in all this work, and we're attending to we pray to Yahawashi, we ask for repentance, frequently, and we try to keep ourselves unspotted, that for this person to be able to make it 5 days, that's just, that's the Lord put the spirit on it. Well, how much more for us? It says banana fungus may worsen hunger crisis and sweat. So this is something else going on at the same time. These instances where there's famines going on and happening, but there's still people that are surviving. So how much more for his servants? No, we don't got nothing to worry about. We actually putting in. So this is Isaiah 65, verse 13. And it reads, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Okay? Behold, my servant shall sing for joy. Talking about 2/3 because they didn't want to listen. And shall howl for vexation and spirit. And it's also, and we're really just talking about 2/3 because the other 17 nations are already doomed to go through this. Okay, for what they made us go through when they raided Israel in 70 AD, and the other 6 is for all the things that they did in the last captivities that we were in. Isaiah 65, verse 15, and it reads, ye shall leave your name for a curse on my chosen, for the Lord power shall slay thee and call his servants by another name. You see? Verse 16, and it reads, he who blesseth himself in the earth shall himself in the power of truth. See, this is how we know we're blessed. We have the power of truth. This word. And he that sweareth the earth shall swear by the power of truth, which is Yahawah, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. So that's what we want. We want to be hidden in the day of trouble. We want to have this Ezekiel 9 chapter 4 physical spiritual mark over us, so we can be out there in the wilderness and nothing mess with us. The Lord's going to deter everything. He's the one who moves everything on the earth. Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 33, and it reads, why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. And that's what our people have done. They have trimmed their ways to be able to survive out here and still be able to eat good and live good and have nice cars and all that. They have become more wicked than the wicked. But we're not supposed to be doing that here. We're supposed to be serving our punishment and not, and suffering. We're not supposed to have a lot over here because we sinned against the Lord to be living real well out here. And if you do have a chance to come across a good amount of wealth or something, you're supposed to help the brotherhood. We're supposed to all be together as one body. You don't just make a bunch of bread and then be like, oh, well, I'm good. I'm not going to help nobody. What kind of person does that when they claim to be part of the body of Mashiach? We hit each other where we can. So Proverbs 26, verse 28, a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. So, we don't want to be one of those people, We're not over here speaking death.
If you're looking for a Medicare supplement insurance plan that's smart now, I'm 60. Looking for a
all that off. Video's been going slow today. So this is just about done. I got a few more articles, and then I'll be done. Job chapter 5:10. And it reads, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, and made it through all of them. We still here. Yea, in the seven, there shall no evil touch thee. So after the perfection of all this wickedness that have came out, and he unleashes Jacob's trouble and the MOTB being made man, he's going to deliver us out of that in ways that we couldn't believe. You can be like, man, but we want to get to the point where we've read this so much and been, when it happens, we're not surprised. We're just prepared to obey and do what he says do. And the famine he shall with death, and the war from the power of the sword. And those are the 2 big things that's going to kill people. The famine is going to kill, and then the sword is going to kill those who don't be in the famine. And then, the pestilence and the noisome beast. We want to be delivered from all that. Verse 21, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither the afraid of destruction when it cometh. That's the spirit we want. We want to see stuff happening and stuff like that. Be afraid. Like, we're going to see the intercontinental ballistic missiles coming, and we ain't going to even have no fear. Why? Because we know that the Lord's going to pick us up. Like, that's kind of put on us, that kind of faith, and we hope to be the ones that receive that faith. That's why I said, don't worry, just do the work. When the time comes, he's going to put that spirit on you. You're going to be ready. It says all men's day. So, right here we got Siberia shootings, tens of thousands joined protests. So 17 people died in the shootings on Wednesday and Thursday, including 8 children. And a primary, it's been a lot of unrest. There's been a lot of, chaos over there. I don't want to get too far out there for this. Tens of thousands of people out there. Maybe make it where I could at least show, them the street. See if it'll pull it up. It's been real bad today on this. Come on now. I ain't gonna play the video. But yeah, see, there's a bunch of people out there right now. They're not happy out there. So I got this, and I got this, and then got one more article that was pretty interesting, just to kind of show some things about some of the things the Lord has stored up for us. And then I'm gonna close out. So 2nd Esdras 9 verse 3. And it reads, therefore, seeing earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. See? Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. See? So even before the beginning came, this was told that was going to happen. We're here to tell you, and if you don't understand, then ultimately the Lord don't want you to understand. But you got part of our people who don't want to even believe in the Apocrypha when it's literally connected to so many things in the scripture. 2nd Esdras chapter 3 verse 9. That's what I want to read now. Okay, because these people are the same people who were destroyed in the flood and didn't want to listen. 2nd Esdras chapter 3 verse 9, and it reads, in process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwell in the world and destroyedest them. Okay, and of course, Cain and them were around at that time, and they were destroyed. And then when they came back, when Shem, Ham, and Japheth came back, that was all dark melanated people at the time. Okay, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, didn't come back until he was born as Esau. Okay, to come back and fulfill the measure that he was supposed to fulfill, that the Lord wanted him to do, to deceive the world. I think like he's the God's chosen people when he knows he's not. He's a thief and a vagabond. So this is Psalms chapter 2, verse 1, and it reads, Why do the heathen rage and the people in vain? In bad imagine a vain thing. They think that they the rulers. Verse 2, the kings of the earth set them and make rule, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and his anointed. It's this vain thing that they can, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. And that's what they thinking they're gonna do. They think this is gonna play out in their favor, like they just gonna win after all the wickedness they've done. But this is what it says: he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord Yahawashi shall have them in derision. Okay, you're gonna have these people in straight confusion, and anger, and unbelief. Like leaders happen, you know. So Psalms chapter 45, verse 9, and it reads, hold on. Hold on, that's not where I think. It's not where I was looking. Oh, Salakia. It's Isaiah 45:9. I was like, that's not what I want to pull up. Isaiah 45, verse 9. And it reads, Woe unto him that striveth against his maker. And that's what they're doing. They're striving against Bahasham and saying, let's cut these people off from being the nation. Let's just get rid of them. Let the potsherds strive with potsherds of the earth. Shall the clay say to him that fashioneth it, what makest thou? Or thy work he hands? And that's what they try to do. They try to say that they're in control. They can do whatever they want to do. You know? They're out here mad, thinking they're going to be able to do something about this. And they're going to end up perishing because they're not reliant. So this was something that Esau even found a while back. I think they said it was in the tooth, but it's just to kind of show some stuff, the wonders that are. It's kind of to show this like the wonder under the underground things that they can't even get to. That's reserved for us to see. So it's even Mexico where crystals grow to 6 times the size of a human. Like look at them crystals. Them things, it's a lot of them in there. Just discovered in the year 2000, the cave of crystals sits at some 300 meters, about 1,000 below the surface, and it's real hot down there. It's like 130 degrees down there. So you can't just be down there. But we're gonna go down there. Okay, we're gonna be able to be there. See, it says temperature 58 degrees Celsius, about 136 degrees down there. It's hot. Humidity levels reach 90 to 99%. And they probably had some special bio suits on or something to be able to withstand the heat at a time. But look at the beauty of the Lord, what he can do. All types of stuff. They didn't even find this until 2000s. Okay, there's all types of stuff down there that they can't find. I want to put in some so this is why they be looking for that stuff. Okay, they don't just be looking for it to look for it. They're trying to upset. Everything they do is trying to upset prophecy. So, but we're gonna pull it up in a second. But this is Jeremiah 34:31. Oh, okay, that's not it. Okay, hold on. It's Yeah, 31 verse 37. All of it I actually put 31 verse 7. It's 37. So it's a lot. Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 37. And it reads, "Thus saith the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, if heaven above can be measured," that's why they be going out there to measure everything with a diligent search, just like they search out iniquities. They try to search. It's like they try to search out our iniquities. They try to so they can upset the prophecy. And the foundation of the earth searched out beneath. See, that's why they going on and measuring it out and trying to do all that. I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all they have done, said the Lord Yah. That's what they're trying to ultimately push towards this AI, because they want the AI to just scan everything and be like, yeah, you know, already know that doesn't even matter, because the universe keeps expanding, so they can never fully measure out the whole universe. Not going to work. So it's basically the Lord just taunting them, saying like, there ain't nothing you can do. This prophecy is not going to be okay. It's not going to be void. It's going to come back and it's going to fulfill what it's supposed to fulfill. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. That's why they be down there. You got those Edomites who go dig in the caves and get stuck in the caves. Video I did a while back, but I took it down because it really wasn't expedient. But it was talking about this Edomite. He fell in his head in this hole in his cave, and he literally died upside down in there. They tried to get him out for 2 days. Man, terrifying death. Gave me cringes when I watched it. So Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 4, I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord Yahawah. This is to us, you know, for elect. You know, we hope to be a part of the elect. You know, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. See, he has thoughts of peace towards us. How do we know? Because he gave us this truth. He gave us this ancient truth that nobody else on the earth. So we're thankful to have that, you know. We're not to slumber with that. We are to use that wisely and facilitate it and grow in this truth, you know, on a regular basis. How do you do that? Listening to the elders and apostles, listening to the big brothers that we've had put before us so we can be guided. Corinthians chapter 2 verse 9, and it reads, "But as it is written, I have not seen nor ear heard, neither into the heart of man, the things which power hath prepared for them that love him." So this is like this is nothing compared to what the Lord has prepared to us. Look at this. Like all the stuff that he got prepared for us, this is nothing. Nothing. There's so much stuff that he has that we haven't seen and that we're not going to see to get there. And that's what we're fighting for. We're fighting to be around and be able to receive those blessings. So, you know, that's all I got for today. So, water for tuning in. Everybody who comes by and, you know, just kind of see some of what's going on in the prophecies. Hold on. Make sure my stuff is for okay. Yeah. Well, the water for tuning in. Bahasham Qadash Barak Atham. And want to give all praises to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Bahasham Makash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, led me to this truth, and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Be part of that number. Lord willing to be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. It comes to light, Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, and it's not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. So water for tuning in, buses, and you know, Lord willing, we'll make it through this Shabbat. We exalt the name of Yahawah Shema, another wild ball with ball. Shalom.